Well, hello there to my Cancers. This is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with your general reading. Happy new moon, Cancers. Happy new moon to each and every one of you. All right, so let's get into the getting intos. The new moon is in Scorpio, right? Which is another water sign like you. You're a water sign, and so is Scorpio. So I see you purging. So new moons are really all about new moon, new you, and it happens to be in Scorpio. So it could affect your, when the moon is in Scorpio, it really is about purging past relationships where you may have felt like could have been maybe Scorpio rules 8th house. That needed to end, that maybe needed to end, could have been overwhelming. In this case here, could have been overwhelming for you, right? Could have been overwhelming. So you can just pour into yourselves more. You can really, really pour into yourself more because you're free. You're free of something, right? You don't look like what you've been through. So it looks like somebody could have gone through some dark times. You can take some good memories with you, right? I do see soulmate energy here. You get a chance to keep people out of your business. This is the upside of some things here. And I do see you being successful. And I do see you being a star. I see you being a star. You definitely shine bright. You shine bright in dark spaces. I thought I saw another card here. Okay, I already prayed over your cards. Before turning the camera on. So, but we're going to get into it. Congratulations to those of you all who won this covered and armed book here, right? For those of you all who won the book, they've already been sent out and the tracking number has already been sent out to people, right? So, I feel like somebody's in a sacred heart renewal space and just really showing compassion for yourselves, looking at this here. And you're on your journey. You're on your journey. This reading is going to be for the 20th through the 29th of September. And I see you're in a rebirth space, right? You definitely have a lot of gifts. Somebody is definitely has psychic energy. Excuse me, psychic gifts here. This is the moon card. You have access to a lot of spiritual secrets. And so the moon mirrors your emotional tides. And so this week your intuition is your greatest compass. And so don't fear what surfaces. It rises for release, not resistance. So illusions dissolve under self-awareness. That's what this is here. Okay, Cancers. So you're getting some powerful confirmations, very powerful confirmations. So you're paying attention to everything. You're really paying attention to everything about which you should probably purge. Make sure you're journaling. You're a receiving zodiac sign and you're ruled by the moon. I'm talking to you wherever Cancer is in your birth chart too. Wherever Cancer is in your birth chart. You're a rule 4th house. And so receiving signs are creating. You're in creative mode, right? So you're in that shell. So a lot of Cancers are homebodies, whether you're Cancer sun or Cancer moon, doesn't really matter. This is where you want to really pour into yourselves. And that purging for you could look like fasting. It could look like fasting. It could look like taking salt baths. It could look like writing a goodbye letter to your past, right? It literally could look like writing a goodbye letter to your past, right? Saying goodbye. Moon card is the 18th card. 1 and 8 is 9. It could say goodbye to what you believe, to something that could be overwhelming in your past, and doing more of pouring into you, right? Drinking more water. It could look like because water is reflective, it could also look like you doing the mirror work, right? That could also look like that too. Also, emotional energy, Queen of Cups here. So this is you in full embodiment. So the empathetic heart, the compassionate healer. So you are being asked to nurture yourself the way you nurture other people. And so love becomes your medicine. Your emotions are sacred, not weaknesses to hide. Somebody is really, whoever you are, a very nurturing spirit. So that's not a weakness, right? So this is where you're nurturing you, just like you nurture other people. And so you're free to do that. This is mental energy. You're very passionate about that. And so your thoughts are awakening with passion and direction. So this is your mental energy. This is the night of and that's the way you talk. Night energy speaks to the number 12. 1 and 2 is 3. That's how you talk. You're a very passionate person, and it could be it could be overwhelming. It can be overwhelming for some people. Like, you're just so passionate about just, your beliefs about, just pouring into yourself. Like, you really want people to just take care of themselves, get your rest and, pour into yourself like never before. But make sure you're doing it for you as well, right? Make sure you're not pouring from an empty cup, right? Make sure you're taking your own advice, in other words, right? So your thoughts are awakening with passion and direction. And so you're inspired to act from the heart rather than obligation. And so spirit just encourages movement guided by joy, not fear of missing out. Fear of missing out. You're a light high priestess. You're a light high priestess. And so people are familiar, with you. And so this is spiritual guidance. This is high priestess energy. The veil is thin for you now. So trust your intuitive downloads, the signs, the synchronicities, the whispers. The high priestess reminds you that stillness is sacred. Meditation and dream journaling this week will reveal divine messages to you. So remember, right before the moon was in Scorpio, it was in Libra, right? And so that affects your kidneys, your urinary bladder, your veins, your skin. So you could be overwhelmed by your dreams. Even though it's a new moon, remember, you all are robot moon. And even if your moon sign is Cancer, you could still be overwhelmed by your dreams. Daydreams, night dreams, that in-between state while you're just now waking up or just walking around and getting downloads. You could be just overwhelmed, right? Anything could trigger a daydream. So pay attention to all of that. Anything could trigger something from the past, an email, text message, anything, right? Music, whatever, right? So pay attention to all of those things, right? You've gone through a lot of dark times. And so when you're on pause and you're getting those downloads, see this dark side right here? These are pillars. You're getting downloads of a dark memory. Take a minute, pause, right? This daydream or night dream, just take a pause, right? You're just being enlightened. You're just being enlightened, whether it's daytime or nighttime. So let's see what else we have here. Yeah, you don't look like what you've been through. I feel like you're trying to help a lot of people out. Whoever you are, I feel like you're trying to help a lot of people out. But make sure you're helping you too. Make sure you're helping yourself too. You're getting a lot of downloads, a lot of dreams. You have a sixth sense. This right here, this number 6 right here, you have a lot of memories, a lot of dreams, a sixth sense about a lot of things. So memory of past connections may resurface, inviting gentle forgiveness. So this is a soul healing energy. And this is a reminder that compassion for the past frees your presence. And so reclaim your innocence. Your inner child longs to play again. Somebody may be actually getting a dog or a cat, right? So relationship energy for you is the 2 of Cups here too. So heart-to-heart connections deepen for you. And so whether romantic or platonic, this week brings emotional reciprocity for you. So love that mirrors your authenticity is coming your way. So let love in, but keep your boundaries rooted in peace, right? Yeah. This 2 of Cups here, this is a soulmate energy, just so we're crystal clear. This is not necessarily romantic, Let me see how this is coming to me. Because this is not necessarily romantic energy. This is, because I feel like your energy is so magnetic right now, whoever you are, Cancer. This is more of you just kind of learning how to open up. Because I'm not getting romantic, whoever you are. Because people have been ruthless towards you in the past. That's why something has been overwhelming for you in the past. So for you, that's why you don't look like what you've been through. You're getting a lot of downloads, right? Lots of them. So you've been through enough dark times. You're very, very sensitive. Lots of best practices here, right? So soulmate energy is more like you're in the flow, right? You're in the flow. This is more of like somebody is just like kind of just now opening up to friendships and things like this. But you're very attractive to a lot of people. Whoever you are, you're very attractive to a lot of people. But you're also being very cautious. This is you being very cautious. But this is how other people feel. They feel, there's some people who feel left out. This is not you. People have tried to make you feel this way, but this is not you, right? This is how some other people feel like they're left out, right? But you are on the other side. You know your worth and you know your value, right? So some other people feel like they're kind of left out. And you're seeing something from a higher frequency. So whoever this energy is, and you would know who this energy is, you are the one that's initiating the conversation with them. Okay. So you're making sure whoever this energy is, they don't feel left out. Okay. So you're letting this person know how valuable they are to you. All right. So that's going to be key there, because this will be a soulmate to you. This is a person that's a part of your soul tribe, your soul community. So this could be a sister, it could be a brother, it could be a parent, it could be a cousin. Y'all know it's a family member. So whoever this energy is, that's the energy you're reaching out to let them know, hey, they're not on the outside, whoever that is. So that, you're just letting them know. Because you're seeing something from a higher frequency. So not that anybody else, you're not being cold towards anybody else, but y'all know what I'm saying. It's like there's certain people who are closer than others, right? So there's frequencies. There's frequencies. And so you're seeing something from a higher frequency, and everything is a frequency. Food, music, y'all know what I'm saying, like frequencies. When you're talking about frequency of love, frequency of abundance and prosperity, and frequency, like everything. Clothing has frequency. Certain things you talk about with certain people and you don't talk about with other people. Y'all know what I'm saying? Like you have certain friendship groups. You may have certain things that you talk about with this group that you don't talk about with that group. Certain things you may talk about with some colleagues you may not talk about with other colleagues. Y'all get the point, right? So some people are going to feel left out of the conversation because certain things you will talk to about with certain people, but you're not going to talk about with other people. So you're seeing something from a higher frequency. You got the point, right? So I see you being very, very successful, being very happy, being very successful, right? So that things don't spill over. And I do see you being a star. You're shining very bright in dark spaces. Very bright in dark spaces. So this is nice. You're, yeah. And this is just to protect people, because again, this is to protect people. So some people cannot tell what they don't know. It's almost like if you know, for instance, that certain people want to be in your business, whoever they are, they want to be in your business. Let's say, for instance, you and your person, let's say you're dating someone, right? And they have kids from another relationship, right? Let's say you're married to somebody, they have kids from another relationship, and their kids, other person wants to know what's going on behind closed doors, right? And they go home and they're interrogated, right? Well, they can't tell what they don't know, right? They can't tell what they don't know. And why would you put them through that anyway? Like, why would somebody, but people do that. They like, well, what did they buy any new furniture? And, instead of asking an adult, sometimes people, will interrogate children. Like, why? Why don't they just ask the adult, right? So anyway, so yeah, somebody was overwhelmed. So certain things you're protecting people who feel left out of your life. You're just protecting them. You're just keeping the conversation simple. You know that people are watching you. You know, they see that you're the star. You're just protecting people. So people are going to watch you and be overwhelmed by every little thing that you say. Some people gonna believe what you're saying. They're gonna not believe what you're saying. So they're gonna ask somebody else and bully them to see, you know, get all the information they can get from them. I mean, just ridiculousness. So anyway, so looking at your cards here, I definitely feel like, you know, the holidays are coming up in some parts of the world. Looking at your cards, like I said, you're showing yourself some compassion. You're pouring into you. And I am seeing here that you are a memory or past connection may resurface. This is this here, right? Inviting gentle forgiveness. And so this is soul healing energy, you know, a reminder that compassion for past frees for present. Reclaim your innocence. Your inner child longs to play again, right? Right. And so, you know, you are aware. You are aware of what you can talk about and what you can't talk about, you know, with people, whoever you are. You know, because again, it's not so much that you're more of just protecting someone else. You're having compassion for someone else. And that's just it. That's it. You're just having compassion for whoever this energy is. That's it. That's it, and that's all. You don't even have to overthink this. You're just seeing something from a higher frequency. You just know when somebody else goes home, they are interrogated. All it takes is one time of being around somebody who you can just tell that they don't even seem the same anymore. It's like the joy has just left their eyes because when they go home, they're being interrogated. Some things, looking at like I said, the holidays are coming up. I feel like in order for you all to really have a good time around certain people, you all may have to keep things on the outside of the house, whoever you are, because some people were just ruthless, you know, with some energies, and it was just overwhelming. So some people may have just been ruthless. You may have to just keep things on the outside. You just got to start seeing something from a higher frequency. You know, you being a star, you know, it's like you shine bright in dark spaces. So I don't know where everybody lives. You know, something about maybe where you live or what you do for a living. I don't know what everybody does. Maybe it's just the fact that you all are hermits. Who knows? You could be famous. Who I don't know what everybody does. You could be famous. Who knows? Somebody's certainly a high priestess energy, and you're free. You know, you're free spirited, and because somebody is connected to you, you know, people may feel like they're the only key into your life, right? So maybe keeping them out physically, you know, and just seeing something from a higher frequency and saying, hey, let's do something outside of your house, and doing something, you know, away from stuff keeps people out of, you know, keeps them protected. It keeps them protected. So if you're seeing things from that from that standpoint, it'll protect them as well. So it protects them as well. And it keeps them, you know, fun. Keeps them having a good time, good spirited, you know, that kind of stuff. And then here we have shadow work. You know, that's the 5 of Pentacles here. Feelings of abandonment or emotional scarcity may arise. This is not punishment. It's your soul showing that you were loved where love was once withheld. And so step into self reclamation, and so you are not alone. Divine presence surrounds you even in solitude. And then so the 2 of Cups here, you know, heart-to-heart connections deepen. So whether romantic or platonic, this week brings emotional reciprocity, and so love that mirrors your authenticity. And Spirit says, let love in, but keep your boundaries rooted in peace here. And again, somebody could have felt, you know, somewhat abandoned to some degree in some way, shape, form, or fashion, you know. And so again, The higher message here is a temperance card. It says your higher self is blending your spiritual and emotional energies into perfect harmony. And so balance returns when you trust divine timing. Healing is not rushed. It unfolds in waves. The alchemy of patience is your power. And, you know, the sun card here is energy to embrace. So joy returns, Cancer. So after all emotional introspection, you are rewarded with light. So I do see you being successful here. A secret was exposed. Yeah, a secret was exposed. And that's what I'm saying, you know, the beauty of you all having this overwhelming gift that you all have. You just have an overwhelming gift. I mean, and just being free spirited with this gift that you have. And just, again, you know, keeping people out of your business and then helping people to also inspire other people to keep people out of their business. You can't help that you're a Cancer. I mean, you really can't. What, Cancer sun, Cancer moon, you really cannot help it. All you have to do is answer the call in your life, for real. You really cannot. Somebody was going to say that they were joking or they were playing about something, but you take your gifts very seriously. You take your gifts very, very seriously. Because it's helping so many people. Whatever your gifts are, it's helping so many people. And I do see you being very successful because you do see things from a higher frequency. You don't want people to feel left out. And the fact that the fact that everybody is a pick me, literally everybody. I know people put like a negative spin on the word pick me, but everybody really is. Like, everybody wants to be picked. Everybody wants to be chosen for a job, a friendship group. Everybody wants to be picked for something. Like, everybody. I mean, if everybody's honest with themselves, everybody wants to be picked for something. So, but everybody is a star. Everyone is a star. Everyone has an 11th house. Find out what your zodiac sign is in your 11th house. So you can put an end to feeling like you're overwhelmed. This is putting an end to something. Everybody has a 1st through 12th house. Everybody. So the outcome for you. So here we have joy returns for you, right? And the outcome for you is your, you know, the star, right? And so you are stepping into hope renewed. The star brings divine grace, a reminder that your spirit is eternal, resilient, and forever luminous. Your compassion becomes cosmic medicine, not just for others, but for yourself, right? And so Cancer, this week for your soul undergoes sacred purification. You are transmuting old emotional densities into light, rebuilding trust in your inner wisdom. Spirit whispers your sensitivity is your strength. Your love is your legacy. So you want to walk through this week with tenderness. Every feeling is a messenger. Every tear is a release. Your ancestors have been collecting your tears. They've been like, okay, this is libation. Like, what is, okay? Your ancestors been ready to swing on some people. If I had to joke but not joke. Your ancestors like, don't make me come back, okay? No, in all seriousness, but no, your sensitivity is your strength and your love is your legacy, right? So just walk through this week with tenderness for yourself, you know, and you know, every feeling is a messenger. Release those tears if you need to, and your heart opens, and you know, as your heart opens, the universe opens with it, right? So yeah. So open your vault door. Open your vault door. This is the next phase of your life. You made a very positive impact on them. And so healed people move differently. Something having to do with someone's ex, right? So I don't know if it's your ex or someone else's ex, but the answers you seek are coming. Your gifts are very, very powerful. And sometimes just even acknowledging your gifts and how powerful they are. You may have felt like you were, even to acknowledge your gifts, whoever you are, you may have felt like you were being arrogant, but really you weren't. That's your confidence was building. Every time you had a dream about something, it really is about getting with people who could help sharpen your dreams. Like really, it really is about getting connected with those people that says, no, wealth is within your reach. Yeah, so I see you being booked and busy, not bitter and burdened. So third eye chakra cleanse. You inspired them to heal. Your peace is paramount. Your peace is paramount. Yeah, so you have the gift of clairvoyance, is to see things clearly. You are a seer. It's not as deep as you think, right? Yeah, because you don't have to look that far. You don't have to look that far. Some people want to make you believe that it's not that deep, but it means that you don't have to look that deep, right? Because you see things clearly. You see things. You're a seer. You see things very clearly. You see what other people don't see. In other words, you see right through people. One person can look at something and not see something. You see right through it. And when you're not afraid to see, some people are afraid to see things. You know how like, and usually you like hear this from elders when they have no cut cards. You know, sometimes elders would be like, the people will invite their friends over. And, sometimes elders would be like, that's not your friend. And kids will say, well, you didn't have to say it like that. It's like, they not. How else would you say it? They're not your friend. You want somebody to sugarcoat something, but that's the clearest way you can say it. It's like they're not really your friend. You need to watch yourself around them. You hanging with the wrong group of people. That's not your friend. Right? So don't give yourselves a headache over it. One yes from God is all you need. Somebody has not been completely honest with you about something. So you probably already know what that is too. Somebody has a spirit of envy. Yeah, but it's not a contest. This is somebody in your family that has a spirit of envy, but it's not a contest. Here we have clear listening, clear audience. Yeah, you can hear. You can hear when a person doesn't sound like you. You see dead people, meaning that you can hear when something has ended. You can hear when a person, their job has ended. You can hear when a person, didn't pass the test. You know what I'm saying? Like if a person didn't, that's a gift that's been passed down. That's a gift that you inherited. Like if a person didn't pass their driver's test, that's an end of a cycle for a person. They sound like the end of the world. If a person didn't pass, y'all get what I'm saying? Like if a person didn't, if something isn't going right in a person's life, you could tell, like at the end of a cycle. If something's not going, if something's not going well for a person, you could just tell. Like if it's somebody that you know is part of your soul tribe versus like a complete stranger. Y'all know how like sometimes, and I sometimes have to correct people in my comments. People are like, are you okay? Are you all right? I could clearly say I'm channeling messages, or I could make reference to a book, a movie, something. And I'm saying, have y'all seen such and such movie? And I could be making reference to a particular movie, right? And I could be saying, those people in that movie, did y'all see such and such, whatever? Somebody would say, are you okay? I'm like, I'm talking about a particular, okay. Anywho. Right. So this is what I'm seeing here in your reading. But yeah, I'm seeing like you're somebody, you are someone's soulmate, and you know, you are someone's soulmate. So yeah, so your path. So dear Lord, help me trust that there's a plan far beyond what I can see through my fears and illusions. I feel like your gifts are becoming stronger and stronger and stronger. And the main thing here is keeping people out of your vault door, keeping people out of your business, because you've answered the call on your life, right? But the main thing is that you're a very compassionate person, and you're really no respecter of person. So It doesn't really matter who it is, and that's the thing that throws a lot of people off. That's what scares a lot of people, is because people want you to hate certain people. Unfortunately, it's like people want you to be mad at certain, like pick a side. But when you're a humanitarian, you can't really pick a side because you want everybody to win. Like you want everybody to answer the call on their life because you see the big picture. Like you see it from a higher frequency. So it's like, okay, hate who? Hate who? You want, because the benefit is if everybody answers their call on their life, the whole planet wins. That just doesn't make sense. Hate who? You want people to answer the call on their life because it makes you better. You don't even see it from a low. Yeah, so it makes you better when everybody answers the call on their lives. So somebody's awakening. People are starting to awaken. So, oh my Lord, wake me from life as a spiritual sheep. May I hear you through my own instincts and common sense. So some people saw you as being overwhelmed. Like some people saw you as like, you were drowning. Like some people saw you as drowning so much so that they wanted you out. Like literally some people wanted you out. That's where it was. It was like people really wanted you and someone out. Like, okay, this person, they need to pick a side. Like they either need to do dark magic or light magic, right? Some people wanted you out. Like you need to pour into yourself more. Because your gifts are overwhelming, right? But you inspired some people to heal. But who was at the helm of all of this was someone's ex. Like somebody really could not see. They really could not see your gifts. It's like somebody was thinking that small. They could not see your gifts. And you could hear it in someone's voice. You could hear it in someone's voice. So, all right. That's what I have for you. So you're a star. Yeah, so that's what people were saying. It was like, okay, this star is overwhelmed. This person is on the verge of, being kicked out and they overwhelmed and they need to pour into themselves. Like everybody had an opinion about something. This person's not healed and, and they're ruthless. I mean, it's like all the people like talking. We need to keep this person apart from such and such and such and such. But then people started realizing that mirror was looking back at them. High vibrations only. High vibrations only. I think that's it. So a lot of people envy your moon and how you nurture yourself. That's what this is. A lot of people envy how you nurture yourself. How you're able to keep people out of your business. I'm looking at all of this too. I'm saying water, water, water. What else? Yeah. Yeah, you put an end to something. Yeah, this right here connects us to putting an end to something. People are walking away. They're walking away because, cold-hearted people are walking away because some people can't believe that people actually wanted you out in the cold. They actually wanted you out like winter. They wanted you out in the cold. Like they poured out everything. Like this. They wanted to see you out, literally out in the snow. Wow. Amazing. Alrighty. because of the depth of emotion behind something. Yeah, so here we have fertility. Yep. That is what I have for you. Hopefully this is helpful. I will see you all on the next video. All right, bye.